the news at 7, President Tinubu commends NNPCL leadership on successful revival of Port Harcourt's refinery. And Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women.
Stakeholders will be reminded of the critical role that they play in reducing the scourge of sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria.
Good evening and welcome to the news at 7 on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. I am Cecilia Julius. Remember, you can also watch us on YouTube at Nta Channel 5 Abuja. Now to the presidency. President Bola Tinubu has extended his heartfelt congratulations to the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, on the successful revitalization of the Port Harcourt refinery, marked by the official commencement of petroleum products loading on November 26, 2024. The president acknowledges the pivotal role of former President Muhammadu Buhari in initiating the comprehensive rehabilitation of all refineries and expresses gratitude to the African Export-Import Bank for its confidence in financing the critical project. Furthermore, President Tinubu commends the leadership of NNPC's Limited Group Chief Executive Officer. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President's Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, indicates that with the successful revival of the Port Harcourt refinery, President Tinubu urges NNPC Limited to expedite the scheduled reactivation of both the second Port Harcourt refinery and the Warri and Kaduna refineries. The president underscores his administration's determination to repair the nation's refinery, aiming to eradicate the disheartening perception of Nigeria as a major crude oil producer that lacks the ability to refine its own resources for domestic consumption. The former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, is in the custody of the Economic, Financial and Crimes Commission in Abuja. The head of media and publicity of the commission, Dele Oyewale, discloses that the former governor arrived the EFCC headquarters at about 12:54 p.m. on Tuesday. The former governor is in the custody of the EFCC for alleged corrupt practices to the tune of more than 80 billion naira. The spokesperson of the commission confirmed that the former governor is currently answering questions from the operatives of the commission. Available records reveal a consistent rise in statistics of women's highest victims of violence globally. Concerned by this trend, international organizations have set out to commit policies and programs to stem the tide. November 25th annually marks the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Our Gimba reports that this global observance, which serves as a stark reminder of the alarming reality of women whose lives are cut short due to the incidents of violence and aggression and the need to change the narrative.
Tears, sorrow, pain, and anguish with the sad global report that a woman is killed every 10 minutes. The shocking statistics underscores the urgent need to address violence against women and girls. The 2024 theme, No Excuse, unites to end violence against women, calls for immediate action to prevent violence against women and girls. Stakeholders emphasize that there is no jurisdiction for violence against women.
We already have a legislation. We have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, which has been adopted by virtually all the states in Nigeria, which already, itemizes the roles of everyone. And we know that a law is just simply a law, except when it is effectively implemented. So it is expected that stakeholders will be reminded of the critical role that they play in reducing the scourge of sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria.
Yes, it has reduced well in Nigeria. However, we are still facing a lot of issues. Issues like female genital mutilation, domestic violence, and intimate partner violence, which is more predominantly rampant in urban areas in Abuja. So because of that, we took the time, work with the community leaders and sensitize the women to speak out on intimate partner violence.
Gender-based violence is something that we must have conversations about them. A lot of people hide. We have been advocating for gender-based violence for forever. Let me say 16 years since we started. What we have learned is that a lot of people do not speak out.
I believe we should do a lot to help women to actualize their importance in the world and reduce the violence and abuse that they experience daily.
Individuals, organizations, and governments are advised to come together to raise awareness, support survivors, and advocate for policies and programs that prevent violence against women and girls. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Bringing lovers of nature together and promoting the culture of planting of greens and flowers is the brain behind the Abuja Garden Show. Mariam George Jutabo reports on the memorable and colorful events.
Plants and flowers play a critical role in human and animal existence because they provide the needed building materials that humans use. Plants provide humans with fuel to function effectively. Armed with this knowledge, the Abuja Garden Show brought together nature enthusiasts, horticulturists, children, and entrepreneurs in the green economy. Organizers of the event say the show is not only for exhibition, but also provides a platform for networking and knowledge sharing.
We are hoping that many Nigerians will imbibe this culture of gardening. It's very relaxing, therapeutic, and if you take it as a business, also it's a lot of hard work, but definitely, you'll come on top.
This oxygen we take, breathe in freely here and there, is with the help of the plants. So the plant also go to the extent of extracting carbon monoxide from the atmosphere so that the air can be healthy for us to take.
Some stakeholders lauded this initiative, which they say will address problems of climate change.
We want people to imbibe the culture of planting, to imbibe the culture of beautifying their environment. Because when you do that, you have double gains: aesthetic appeal and then the cleaning of the air around where you live.
Well, we need to start by acknowledging these plants as the source of life that they are. They too are living things that go through processes of reproduction and processes of respiration and so on.
The three-day event had dignitaries like the wife of former Vice President Dolapo Shibajo and wife of former Governor Nasarawa State, Mairo Almakura, and others in attendance. They all advocated for the greening of the environment for all and sundry. Mariam George Jutabo, NTA News.
And still talking environment, while FCT residents in recent times observed the growing and littering refuse around highbrow areas unabated, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board says it is making significant efforts in keeping the Federal Capital Territory clean and beautiful. Asabe Williams reports on the need for safe and healthy environments in the territory.
The menace of undisposed waste continues to plague residents of the Federal Capital Territory, with heaps of decomposing garbage littering the streets, posing serious health risks to residents.
It will affect my business seriously because the odor, if they didn't come, they always come every Monday, and if they didn't come like that, the odor always disturb. Even our medical assistant used to always disturb us very well. So please, I have a baby that's always come here very little. So because of this, I can't be bringing the baby come here because of the odor.
The way they smell, they disturb us. We need more government, let them help us and take it away for us.
Environmental health experts say frequent evacuation of waste is crucial to prevent the spread of diseases and maintenance of a healthy environment.
We have obligations as Nigerians collectively from all walks of life to remember that we need to protect our environment. Protect our environment so that we can be able to hand over a healthy environment to our generation and to the next generation.
The Abuja Environmental Protection Board, AEPB, says as a regulatory body responsible for protecting and managing the FCT environment, the evacuation of waste is done on a regular basis, while calling on residents to cooperate by making available waste collection bins.
The design usually is waste from the city center, from homes evacuated 2 or 3 times a week. So we expect that your waste container should hold waste for at least 3 days. There's nowhere in the world where you evacuate waste on a daily basis. So we expect that you have a sizable waste container. That's why we also are doing campaigns for people to make sure they acquire the appropriately sized waste bin. Meaning that if you are living in a block of flats, maybe 8 flats, you could not possibly expect to have good service if you have just one waste bin.
The Abuja Environmental Protection Board reassures residents of its commitment to maintaining a clean and healthy environment. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Sons and daughters of Abraka Community, Itio East Local Government Area of Delta Central Senatorial District, converge on the nation's capital to celebrate as the year draws to an end. Odiri Ogboru Arutere reports that the speakers at the event advocate that Yoruba language should not go into extinction.
The Abraka Progress Union of FCT recently came together to unwind and celebrate their achievement. The 2024 Oyewe celebration was a huge success, fostering unity among members and their families. Keynote speakers include Patrick Okogu, Father of the Day, and Bensi Eroto, Chairman of Abraka Progress Union, FCT, stressed the importance of preserving Urhobo language and culture to members to teach their children and spouse who are not native Urhobo speakers.
I married a very northern woman. This Hausa for the North Central, zone from Nasarawa State, precisely from Wamba local government. About 25 years ago. I met her when I was a lecturer in the State Polytechnic in Zaire, that is Kaduna State Polytechnic in Zaire. And since then we got married. And that I was able to integrate her into African culture, into Urhobo culture. And thank God she embraced our culture.
We have a responsibility to ensure that from this time we train our children to speak the Urhobo language, the way we were also brought up in our various communities.
It's necessary. It's very, very important. Urhobo language is one of the 5th largest language in Nigeria, and we cannot just allow it to just go like that. One of our objectives of forming Abraka Progress Union is to bring the Urhobos and the Abrakas together.
Not a member. Though my husband told me they've decided that my wife should come and join. I keep watching the way they do the meeting and so.
The event showcased vibrant cultural dance performances by members, while guests enjoyed traditional Urhobo cuisine, including owo and starch in abundance. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Nigeria is still standing tall among Committee of Nations, with her people united in diversity in spite of daunting challenges. While governments at all levels continue to play roles to building a resilient and sustainable economy, how patriotic are Nigerians to the cause of nation building? Tessie Omeru reports.
To be patriotic to a once nation
is to believe absolutely in the success of that nation.
Fundamentally, let us be intentional about loving this country. Intentionality is key, and that is where true spirit of patriotism comes.
Why they carry 500 naira? Somebody say, in get 250. Please, I should help him. When they say, please, I help him because I'm the I'm the citizen of the country of Nigeria. So I assist him so that make it not be stranded.
Try to find out to know what our neighbors are doing. If you think they are not doing what they should do, you alert police. That way we can be patriotic.
These are a cross-section of Nigerian populace with their individual views on what patriotism means to them. Right or wrong, it is imperative that the task of nation building is a collective one that requires input of every citizen, obedience to law and order, payment of taxes, respect to constituted authority and national symbols, as well as community efforts to complement government in service delivery are some of the indices one can measure level of citizens' patriotism to his or her country.
The level of patriotism in our people is actually very low, and that's because of the distrust. There has been this lack of trust for a very long time.
Nigerians to be patient, to be more patriotic, to look at government institutions or government infrastructure as Nigerian infrastructure, not just for government. It belongs to you and me.
We have obligations as Nigerians collectively from all walks of life to remember that we need to protect our environment.
Stakeholders also say there is need for more education on the proper usage of national symbols and cherished monuments.
They are singing national anthem. You should respect the anthem of your country. The national flag, sometimes when we're asked to put flags in our houses, some people leave the flags torn and worn out. That doesn't show that you really dignify the country.
Observers are saying that whatever the case is, patriotism to our country will bring out the best in the Nigerian project. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
And now to the territory. What is a community without a good road network? This critical infrastructure, experts say, is vital to the growth of the agricultural sector, enabling connectivity and safe mobility. Equipped with this knowledge and curious to see if this infrastructure is visible in the area councils of the FCT, Mariam George Jutabo took a drive to the Kuje Area Council.
Massive construction of feeder roads is ongoing in Kuje Area Council, all in a bid by relevant authority to bring dividends of democracy closer to the people in the grassroots. The residents commend the leadership for giving priority to these roads because they can now access the most difficult terrain within the area council.
Since over many years we have been voting, we have been fighting, we have not seen this kind of chairman. We used to say it every time. I always said that God will multiply him. God will also bless him. Also bless the people that bring him to make this place to us. I want to appreciate him because we don't have anything. We don't know what to do, but we are very grateful.
What we did not expect is just what we are seeing. A great work is doing by the chairman because, in fact, to be sincere, we have been hoping for the bridge and the road. Look at how the construction, a magic work is going on in the community here. What we did not expect, we always see in the way that the chairman is doing it for us.
Before now, the suffering of people living in rural communities who cannot access the city center because of lack of motorable roads is untold. For example, for Kibe to Kwaku community, investigations show that it is not an issue of culverts. The entire road is bad and needs to be graded to make it accessible. However, efforts are underway with ongoing works. This is what is obtainable at most feeder roads in Kuje Area Council, as the authority says it's leaving no stone unturned in giving residents the very best when it comes to road network. The Chief of Staff to Kuje Chairman, Abdullahi Sabo, says the administration has the interests of the people at heart and will always seek ways of making life better for them.
As the chairman have always said, he promised to leave Kuje better than he made it. And by the special grace of God, we are working towards this. In a few months to come, the council will be going on budget retreats to come up with 2025 budgets that will see the total completion of this project. We are assuring you, we are president of Kuje Area Council, the massive project going on will not be abandoned.
Project Supervisor of Shandadi Kuje, Engineer Moses Waniko, reveals that with the support received from the chairman, the project will be executed within the shortest period of time.
This project will be completed early next year because we are now in the last stage. Despite throughout the rainy season, we are still working. So this stage, that after the stage where I am now, is the stone base, and we have started preparing for it. When you go to FCMB, it's a big project, and when you go to FCMB, you will see part of it there. You go to the forestry, part of it there.
The FCT administration is also playing its part in ensuring that residents and visitors enjoy smooth journey into and out of Kuje Area Council with the ongoing construction of this 5-kilometer road. Residents are optimistic that with the successful completion of these roads, Kuje Area Council will be able to compete favorably with other suburb areas. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
And to the beautiful world of sports, let's join our sports text for Sports Brief.
Team Nigeria demonstrated exceptional performance in the Shitualau Barracks shooting range in Kefi as they continue to set record at the second African Military Games in Abuja. In the men's 200-meter rifle prone position at the ongoing competition, the Nigeria shooting team won both individual and team gold medals with an incredible triumph, leading the attack and winning the gold medal with a commanding 217 points on target 9. Sergeant Moses of the Nigerian Army took the lead. Moses held off tough competition from Tunisia's Saif Azizi, who placed second with 208 points. Nigeria's shooting prowess was further cemented in the team's event when Nigerian Army member Stephen Thomas 201 points and Sergeant Alex Abakwa 155 points joined Sergeant Moses. They won gold in the team competition with a combined score of 575 points. Nigeria now holds the top spot in the shooting medal standings with 16 gold, 9 silver and 8 bronze. Algeria comes second with 11 gold, 7 silver and 5 bronze medals, while Kenya is placed third with 4 gold, 4 silver and 3 bronze medals. Talking basketball, Nigerian Basketball League champions and Rivers Hoopers head coach Ogo Odaudu has set sights on improving the outing of his side in the 2025 Basketball Africa League. The 2024 Nigerian Basketball League champions head coach says the team has what it takes to go beyond the third place finish in the last edition. The team is expected to open its camp in Port Harcourt early next year ahead of the BAL Conference finals scheduled for April next year. With Sports Brief, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And sports end the English segment. Let's hand over to our translations. I am Cecilia Julius. Good evening.
Mizo kwa we nguna na azaba jilo ba je ba ti ba we ya yiwo abada natuko isha ndaje zuma woni ye wago ba ngai ai kituko da Bola Tinubu woku ba fan wu wace sambarka ga baye an kone shi nutulo nun ami mato azama ba sapa shi ba je tutun bu ba karayan ame jimpa ne ba dile no pata court nla ya ba jin no naye bwa yipia wona ai pie shi ba je nei wen ku san barka ci ai kin to goda bai Muhammadu Buhari wo beweje no wo beje wa ngage aya ame jimpa abaji no abayi ai kin to goda wo ngage she ba ya ame ajiba ababaji baye abayi mba jile pata court ho ba jin no adeba jile wori bedo Kaduna yan ba ya tun deji Gaza beda wa ci gashi abula mo sadna ngbe abu he ba na ba ba ze awu toto yi ya doku nku yi ge na no yi se pata ayin koza awe zog maje ba bwa ba gna lolo no abye no hawa jimba wa nga ge bedogun no nyeze no ba ni jin tutun lo ba sun okun na be no ko yin yi ba ku se ase ba la be no abagbati na ba ge abe no ko yin ba yin aje ba abu bwa yipia de rei kona ai pe shi ba ti atun nanu eye kona jin pe nu a te shi ai ga aza yo kan ya tuko tu utnu no ko ye jimbo no wa gna ge tunu a yo zab ma jebo no a ze ai ko za ma jele ai ko za mo baye ba ku filo to ba yi pe we su ba mu aza nu ba ne filo nanu kin zina nsai mo baye ba ye kin zina shilo to da a yo shi en cheye ko wencheje ko sundakulu apamba to golege aje sundakulu na ninu pakinzun dan peye ngba yin tutun lo nu ababa yin sapai ba nga ge ba shin ba tutun lo boye ba en pati na mona na lo na bai agege e kinzun na ye ko shilo nda aweshi ai ma pu na yo asabe William wela bisheba wen ku abada boye nku ba yin aji tutun aye e kinzun na ye shi ntna tijeti kamaje baza bada watige ye atazia futuko ashazo mbwada ashazo saizu